Man, go fuck yourself. Oh, me and Trey go at it sometimes. And oh shit, Sharpie. Sharpie did something, obviously trying to record a video, trying to make something, and it didn't.
Here we are. Yeah. We're live. We're live and we're kicking right now. Let's go. Get in here. Get that like button. Smash it. Major League Baseball playoffs are only 2 hours away. Get ready. Let's go.
I don't understand what I'm doing. Sometimes Sharpie shouldn't be the fucking producer of his own show. I could produce other people's show. Don't let me produce my own show because weird shit tends to happen. All I need to do is do one thing.
To say that our luck has officially turned around, guys. We are back, baby. We are fucking back. We're back. Clap.
Really? That's all you really got to hear, bro, to know that the two freaking hottest cappers in baseball, whether it be at prop sides or totals, are here to break down the two hottest things going in sports today. Sorry, Mike, I know you're a hockey guy, but we are here for the special edition of the Balking Dead, as I have one of my favorite guys to talk baseball with. You know him as Pimp Slap Pod. I know him as the last Megalodon living. What's up, my bro? And thank you for joining me.
What's cooking, Sharpie? We got to come back, man. It's been profitable. Last week, show recap. I'll give you guys the big numbers. 15-6 on the plays I gave out here when you and I were together. Went almost 18 units up over those three shows themselves. That's as much volume as a lot of guys put out during the entire postseason. We did it in 3 shows last week. We kicked ass. We took names, and we're back to do it again. We got a couple of games tonight as well. I'm excited, dude. Fired up. This is what it all comes down to for baseball here. Got some games going tonight as well, and football and hockey, but the showcase right now is absolutely on this Phillies spot, Phillies, Arizona, and of course that Texas Rangers Game 7 against those Houston Astros. Let's go. Let's talk some baseball.
Talk about it, baby. We do have 2 games to talk about on this Monday afternoon with the NLCS Game 6 and finishing up with the ALCS Game 7, as we do have 2 great pitching matchups and a must-win game, as well as our second 2-unit bet of the playoffs after cashing the first 2-unit bet on Valdez's outs last night. We have been seeing the board as well as we've been seeing it all year, as we hit 63% on the season and 70% this postseason. But like I say on every damn show of the Balking Dead, we're 0-0 today, and that's all that matters. So enough small talk, guys, and let's get to the money. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. If you like what you're hearing, smash the like button. If you love what you're hearing, hit that share or retweet, as I did just put out on Twitter at Sharpie's Bets. This show is sponsored by PrizePicks. If you haven't, go on over there, prizepicks.com. Use that promo code PUBSports, and you will get a match deposit on your first deposit up to 100, minimum of 25. As always, drop your best bet in the chat and hashtag we be pubbing in it, so I know what comments to skip through at the end of the show. First game going today is Game 6 of the National League Championship Series between the Arizona Diamondbacks and Mike's Philadelphia Phillies, where the Phillies lead this best-of-7 series 3-2, and we've got us a great pitching matchup with Merrill Kelly going for the D-backs and Aaron Nola looking to close it out for the Phillies. Well, the Phillies are favored full game at a -178, and their first 5-run line is at a -128, where the comeback on the Diamondbacks are +150 full game and +140 for the first 5. The total of this game is at a 8, semi-juiced to the under, where the first 5 is heavily juiced to the under 4.5, or even money, or -105 for the straight 4. Mike, this is your team, bro. Closeout day. What we doing here? What we talking? What we doing here?
My gosh, here we got it. We're back at it. We're back at the link, or the Citizens Bank Park, and it's going to be electric here. This, I talk about the hot city situations, and the Eagles having that dominant win last night. The city just gets fired up. It's contagious. These guys, it bleeds over game, sport over sport. You saw last night, maybe you didn't see, but they had Castellanos in the stands. Him and his boy, they were in the suite. They started playing his song, his walkout music, and the entire city was singing. All them people up there watching that football game knew the words by heart, and they're fired up, and I expect that to carry over here. I don't think it's I don't think it's a good spot whatsoever for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And, Aaron Nola, Merrill Kelly, I talked about this a little bit earlier. When you're seeing that second time through, if you're a good pitcher, the second time through in a week seeing these guys, you got them figured out. I love your angle when you'll talk about the color of the ball and the pinstripes and everything else, but I just think it's an advantage for the pitchers in this situation, specifically because they've already kind of gotten used to it. They've already, in their head, with less than a week ago, the last person they played, they kind of thinking what worked and what didn't work, right? They were trying things. They were getting loose. They were getting out of their comfort zones, trying to get those guys struck out. And I think that's going to carry over here as well. I'll fire off right off the gate, right off the hop. I took the under 4.5 in the first 5 innings. Specifically, I expect Kelly to deal. I expect Nola to deal. Does Kelly go deep? I have a feeling he has to here. I talked about this, I think, on the first game of this series, that if Kelly didn't go 7 innings, this series was over. Now, Arizona made it a game in Arizona, and I kind of expected that. A lot of cross-country travel, and Phillies picking up that last game for me certainly was an eye-opening situation. In fact, here's a couple numbers for you guys if you're looking at this game. Arizona Diamondbacks, they are 0-9 when they've allowed 6 or more runs the previous game, scored less than 2, and stranded over 15 guys on base. That's the qualifying criteria for this game tonight. Diamondbacks in an 0-9 spot. Also, playoff home favorites on the run line off a day of rest where they had to use less pitchers than their opponents, are 16-9, 14-9 on that run line. And at the end of the day, profitable run line spot to back is a team returning home off an away win late in the series. That's a Major League Baseball wide trend. That's 13-7 on the run line. Play number 2 for me in this game. I got to take advantage of that run line spot here. The best number that I can get. Let me just do a quick perusing. I do think it's going to be a tight game. I'm not going to get cute and try to go with any kind of really big adjusted spread numbers. I'm just going to go with the -1.5. I see it out there right now at +118. So give me the run line. Bet Rivers has it at +118. Phillies -1.5. And we've been red hot with these RBI spots. I'm not going to leave you guys empty-handed tonight. I got one cooked up here. I like it quite a bit. I'm going to go to the guy in the 2 spot on that Phillies roster right now, Trey Turner. I think it's a big Trey Turner game. For me, 2 spot, he's sitting behind Schwarber. +170 for the RBI in that situation is just good money that I can't pass up. So I'm taking a whack at Trey Turner. I don't think I've had him in the lineup most of the postseason, maybe once or twice here, but tonight I feel like he's got the strength of the matchup. You talk about these guys and how many times they see these other pitchers. He's got 22 at-bats against Merrill Kelly. He's shown 10 hits. He's hitting at a .455 average. He's got 1 home run. He's got 7 RBIs. And again, he's got Schwarber in front of him. So, to get that guy across the base and bring Schwarber home or even himself home here, I like that opportunity at +170. So I got a +118 on the Phillies run line. I got the +170 for Trey Turner. Let's not forget either that it is exactly 1 year ago today, that Bryce Harper closed out the series with that huge bomb and endeared himself to that city of Philadelphia. I like a Bryce Harper spot, but, he's only hitting 143 against Merrill Kelly. I think he's going to come to the clubhouse fired up. He's going to have great motivation and energy. He made himself Philly's favorite son last year, knocking that ball out of the park to get them to advance to the World Series. I think that energy is going to be contagious across the board here. I expect the boys to come up fired up. I do think that first 5 under 4.5 is a strong look too, though.
Wow, Mike, I'm one person who believes history repeats itself, and it repeats itself more often than not in sports than it does in actual life, but it goes all the way back to wars and whatnot. It just happens over and over again. So the fact that you just said the Phillies close it out, Bryce Harper's closing this fucking series out again today, bro. Oh my God, get in where you fit in there. But I already said it, guys. I said it yesterday on the live stream on my channel, The Odds Bunch, as well as the live NFL bet stream on Pub Sports Radio to close it out, as well as the video I posted. We got a 2-unit fucking bet in this game, guys, as I have a strategy I have used for years, and it's hit at a high enough percent to move these bets to 2- and 3-unit bets when the time comes. If this was Wheeler, it'd be a fucking 3-unit bet. But it's Nola, and Nola has the 3-2 series lead. He has the lease and a cushion to have a hiccup in the first few innings, yet still let his manager go 6. This is not a must-win spot for the Phillies, and they do have to factor in what arms will be available to if they have to go to a Game 7 tomorrow. Where on the other hand, we'll get to the other hand. We're going to fade the other hand. But at the end of the day, guys, we have to jump on Nola's outs over 16.5. I got in at a minus 120 for 2 units. At the end of the day, we talk about how they soak this infield, how 108 mile per hour ball off the bat is a freaking ball slowed down enough for the infielders to get it and make a good play. You want to talk about a ground ball pitcher when he's on? We're talking Aaron fucking Nola. Look at the splits from the last game, guys. 10-1 in favor to ground ball to fly balls. And when you're in Philadelphia in that soaked infield, that's going to help you more often than not. So, yeah, you're crazy as fuck, guys, if you don't think this guy's going to go 6 solid for this team today. And that's what I'm in. I'm on that 2-unit bet at 16.5 at a minus 120. Posted out last night, this morning. Depending on your book, I guess Barstool has a 15.5, or at least did at a juiced up minus 140. I'd smack that one even better, guys. And some have moved to a 17 and asked me, Sharpie, would you bet a straight 17? Every out you're asking him to get third time through the lineup, it's harder and harder to tell somebody to keep going farther and farther up with that. So I can't tell you to be like, yeah, take the fucking 17. Dude, every out in the 5th inning is crucial. You're seeing guys for the third time, and, weird shit can happen. So it's hard to tell somebody to take a straight 17 when I got 16.5 and I gave it out 100 different times. I wasn't stingy with that one like I was stingy with the Valdez one. And on the other side, we got Merrill Kelly, guys, where I almost just straight slept. I crossed him off. I was like, you know what, bro? I don't like betting guys in situations where they have the short hook. And we talked about how I love me some Merrill Kelly when he faces a team that whiffs. And that's talking 6 guys in the lineup that are at least league average or worse. And that's exactly what we have in this Phillies lineup. Last week, he ended up in a 10-0 spot after the game. And now he's in a 9-1 spot because they moved his numbers up a strikeout. And if you watch The Balking Dead, you've learned quite a few things in your life. And you've learned that the books do not fuck with back-to-backs. Nah. They just don't do that, guys. Let me talk to you. We've talked about it all the time. And if we go back through everybody's back-to-back, since I started tracking it, we've got a 90% hitting to the under. Whoa. Yes, sir. 90% hitting to the under when a book adjusts a K prop on a back-to-back. Can you get where we're going here, fellas? Merrill fucking Kelly under 5.5 strikeouts is minus 150. Now, I don't want to get fully tied into a minus 150 and take my 2 units away that I do plan on banking with Nola. So I did a cross sports parlay for a full unit that I gave out to Team Sharpie. And I took the under 5.5 strikeouts at minus 150. I strapped it to the Niners money line. Bang, bang, Niners gang. And I got a plus 118, guys. There's no way in fucking hell I'm going to bet 5.5 strikeouts on a back-to-back when the books jump them up. Whether you get 14 or whether you get 3, they do not adjust your number. They just don't fucking do it, guys. I've been studying these lines and these books for way too damn long, and I almost let it go over my head. But I was talking with Noli, and Noli's like, Sharpie, you said it was 4.5. It's 5.5. I was like, oh my God, this is an easy fucking under, bro. Like, what are we doing here, bro? Like, at the end of the day, I had a prop that says, oh, we go over, but I couldn't go over because of the situation he was in. You could only look to go under when a guy has the short hook, in my opinion. And then you're going to fucking adjust that? I came over to the dark side in August, guys. I'm 18-5 betting K-prop unders, and I expect to go 19-5, as this is the first one of the MLB postseason that I am going to get in. Yeah.
Wow.
And bro, blew me from a mind, bro, as a spot that I would look to go over in. 100 out of 100 times, they fucked with it. And I've done learned. Nah. You go with the books when they fuck with it, bro. Woo-wee. Is Nolan's K-prop the same? Yes. Is Scherzer's K-prop the same? Yes. Is Kelly's Kelly's out still the same as where it was last time. Yes. Then why adjust the motherfucker's K-prop? The books don't do it, guys. Go fucking under. Fucking square right in their eye hole.
Does Sharpie like him 380 plus? Yes.
Yes. Well, then all right. You got anything else to add in on this game? Because there was two props that, yes, you touched on Trey Turner, bro. He owns Kelly. He's one of the hottest freaking hitters in all of baseball. So his 1.5 is almost like a must play versus Kelly. But then again, Ketel Marte on the other side has been just as hot, dude. And I've known since last year, dude, when this guy's streaky, he's streaky. And I think he's had a hit in every game of this series so far. And as well as 3 for 9 off of Nola, with 2 of those being extra base hits and a home run and a double. So I was maybe thinking of doing a both get a hit type parlay, just fucking around. But I think those are 2 guys to definitely attack.
Yeah, a couple of guys on the hitting side. If you're looking at the Arizona side, just to be fair, who's been cashing quite a bit is Thomas. The Thomas RBI. This number has been juiced up the entire postseason, and the guy's been generating results. He's plus 320. If you were looking for the big score, there's an opportunity to take a look. I like Corbin Carroll as well, and I don't know what's going on with his price at plus 300. There's like way too much value on a Carroll spot not to take advantage of. Looking at that RBI, the only challenge I have, and the books are kind of showing their hand here, is that they don't think there's going to be a lot of runs coming out of that Arizona side of the house. Pham is another guy that I like there at plus 260. These 3 guys have been productive, and then there's your guy Ketel Marte at plus 220. Evan Longoria, I don't mind him either at plus 275, 285 I see out there. But my favorite of that mix would have to be Corbin Carroll. I just think there's way too much value on that guy's ability to get the job done. I'm not going to go official with it. I won't count it, but I'm going to certainly share with you guys that, there's a couple of names that if you're looking at Arizona to generate results, I would certainly consider. The challenge that they have is last game, think about that number I talked about on the run line. The correlation is they stranded runners on base, which means they're not scoring, which means they're not getting RBIs. And that's kind of what we're seeing with the books today and the numbers that they have. They think it's going to be, I think it's a beatdown city here. I think when I was looking at the adjusted spread numbers, kind of looks like the 3 is where the books are expecting this game to go. I was comfortable with the minus 1.5, and I like that plus 120-ish spot that you can take advantage of to lay that run and then still get the reward for it on the backside. So we'll see how it plays out.
Speaking of how you said the books, you think by reading the books, and I get reading the books and reading lines, bro. There's definitely value in using that as a tool. I do it all the time. Why you think I'm taking fucking Merrill Kelly's under? I know they don't do that. So God, I'm high. I was going to say something that you freaking touched on that made a lot of goddamn sense. And Sharpie's got ADD and shit goes in one ear and out the other. And dang, you made... Oh, FanDuel had a prop at minus 160 for there to be a save in the game. And I was like, bro, this is going to be such a good, well-pitched game. I lean the full game under. I lean the first 5 under. Shout out to my boy, Noli Knows, who did give me a lot of that Ketel Marte information today. Yeah. I appreciate it, bro. You fucking right. I stole it from you. He's like in the chat, like, wow, you fucking stole it. Definitely sounds like me. You fucking right, Nolan. You fucking right. I stole your Ketel Marte bit, bro. Yes, I know you got a bet on Ketel, so get your fucking money, my boy. And he says Ketel has a hit in every postseason game. So definitely worth something if you're looking to put a single game parlay together right there. Put that minus 180. I know that's a lady, but not for those sharp cleta. So 90 up in here, guys. We don't got 90 likes. Smash that like button as we will recap all our bets at the end of the show. And real quick before we get into the next game, I don't have a bet on the full game as I do have quite a money put on these 3 bets, but I really want that under 8. I don't want it to seem like, gosh, man, you're going to triple up in one game. I actually don't expect a beat down. I expect Kelly to show the fuck up today. He's not going to be freaking, what are they going to get louder than they did last time? I mean, the guy gave up 3 solo home runs. It wasn't like they beat this dude into the ground. So I expect him to show up, as well as I expect every good bullpen arm to be used from the Diamondbacks, no matter what the lead is. Yeah. And that may be a spot I'm going to look to get in. They have to use everybody, whether they're up 2, down 2. They're going to use their elite bullpen arms 6, 7, 8, 9. They have to keep the game close. They have to keep it within striking distance. So I might look in to get under live if it gets over the 8 at any time, because I know what this game is going to consist of now. Will I hold my breath when Kimbrel gets in? Probably. I mean, hopefully they got a 3-run lead or more.
Yeah. Well, they're going to need more than that if he's going in there at the end of the
Lord.
game. So.
Oh, Lord.
We'll see, though. I was looking at those adjusted numbers, and I saw that the gap where you see that big movement. I talked about this that last show we did. The big movement in the line goes from -3 to -4. Everything else has been 25 to 50 cent increments, mostly 40 cent increments. But when it goes from -3 to -4 on the spread, the books have added a whole dollar in value to the -4 side of things. So they're showing they think it's going to be a 2 to 3 run type of game, and I kind of expect the same. I do think it's low scoring. I do think that could I be mad at anybody taking that under 8? Absolutely not. Where the Phillies score is single runs, but they add up over the course of 3 or 4 innings. When they get to a guy, they've gotten to the guy, and there's nothing he can do but get got. So let's hope that doesn't happen in the first 5, and that first 5 under 4.5 cashes too.
Yeah, don't hate it, and let's keep it rolling, as I know another guy in the chat who's also on that first 5, but I don't want to take the words out of his mouth again. If you can't put 2 and 2 together, I'm sorry. Now we're going to head in, guys, to the last game of the day. It's probably the best fucking game of the day, and you guys know what that is. The best 2 words in sports. Game motherfucking 7. You didn't know motherfucker was another 2 words that are the best 2 words in the world, did you? Nah. But it is on this show. So let's talk about it, guys. The last game of the day, which happens to go at 5:07 Pacific time, 8:07 Eastern time. Winner fucking go home, where the Rangers have the man in history who says he's a top 3 pitcher in a winner must go home game in Max Scherzer, versus the coldest thing going since your ex-baby's mama in Christian Javier, where the road team has won every game in this series, with the Astros as a slight favorite at a -130 full game, -124 first 5, where the comeback on the Rangers is at a +10 full game, and even money on the first 5. The total is set at a 9 full game, -110 each way, with super heavy juice to the first 5, over 4.5. Mike, I'm going to let you talk so I do not pollute their minds, as I have no bets in this game, just a whole lot of thinks, and thinks don't pay the bills.
I do, so I got to give the teaser for the show tonight. The last call at 6 o'clock Eastern. I'm going to break this game down in some detail, so just a high-level look for you guys here on this spot. But, we got 3 games to talk about tonight, so I gotta put some ammunition in the gun here. But, yeah, you're right, man. Game 7, what exciting news. Here's what I'll talk about. Wouldn't you think that the home team in a Game 7 win or advance has to be a favorite? It has to be something. I know it's a big deal when it comes to the NBA and the NHL. It is not a big deal in Major League Baseball. In fact, Game 7s over the last couple of seasons, the home team 8-7, the home favorite 8-6-1. Yeah, there's an advantage. There's a slight advantage, but if it's not over 60%, you can't really count on that. It's kind of something to bank on. So if you're thinking Houston and home, it's a win and go home spot clearly, and that's going to give them the advantage. It has historically shown in Major League Baseball that is not the case. So keep that in mind as you go out here. I'm going to give you guys the same game parlay that I have for this game here too. Big Game 7. I want to get creative. I want to have some fun on it. We'll see what happens with the NFL kind of running at the same time, but I want to have something to kind of keep my interest in this baseball game as we continue along the evening. It's a 5-legger for me. It's a 9-1 payout. It's the Texas Rangers. It's the game over 7.5. I adjusted it down to 7.5. I've got Garcia to get 1 or more hits. Tucker, RBI. You guys know I am a sucker for Kyle Tucker. The big dog has to come out to eat. And then I got Seager. Seager 1+ total base. This is the game after he gets shut down. And I know our guy, LJ from H-Town, loves to talk about that number there. When he does not get a hit that next game, he is on a tear. So it's a 9-1 same game parlay. It's Texas Rangers over 7.5. Garcia 1+ hit. Tucker RBI. Seager 1+ total bases. 9-1 same game parlay.
Let's fucking go. Guess who's going to Game 7? Our boy, LJ from fucking H-Town. Astros
Nice.
Rangers, first 5 over 4.5. Let's fucking go. Let's go, LJ, my dude.
Get it, LJ. Have a great time, man. Should be fun, especially if you're rooting for the Rangers.
Let's freaking go. So here is, he ain't rooting for the Rangers. That was funny. Guys, we got Max Scherzer in a get-back type of spot after getting touched up in the first game, coming back from the IL, as well as the coldest thing, like I said, since your ex-baby's mama. And that's Christian Javier, who was allowed 2 runs in all 4 starts he's ever made in the postseason, with those 2 runs coming versus the Rangers last time he faced them. And for me, guys, I can't look to bet anyone's props in a must-win situation, as too many things can happen. And the only way to look for me on props is unders. But I'm not going to look just to freaking guess. I'm not trying to guess at the end of the day. Guessing doesn't pay the bills. And gambling is, yes, it's recreational, but not for this motherfucker. I'm trying to pay bills, and I'm not just here to put in bets. Now, I still ended up going through and doing the breakdown on this game, and I expect a bounce back day at the end of the day for Max Scherzer. What is that? At least 4 or 5 innings, giving up around 2 to 3 runs. That's still a solid game. Now, I also expect Javier, who's never pitched on a back-to-back as a starter in the postseason and only had 1 back-to-back this year, where the Red Sox got 3 runs and 5 innings off of him the first game, and then ran him out the game in the 4th, and he didn't finish but 4 innings in the second game. So that was his only back-to-back this year. He's never had a back-to-back in the playoffs, as well as he's pretty much a 2-pitch pitcher, guys. Pretty much fastball slider, relies on that fastball that has a little bit of a rising seam to it because of his release point. Well, the more and more you see a guy, especially on a back-to-back, to me, it just doesn't seem like it's going to be a good thing. And by being a 2-pitch pitcher, I think he's going to give up a blast or 2. Now, are they solo shots? Is there a runner on because they walked him? I don't know. And I do lean that over first 5, but I could also see 2-2. And I'm going to wait until Javier gets pulled to get in live on this game. I know what the fuck's going to happen. We know we have a clear-cut mismatch when we get to the bullpens. We got a team with probably the best bullpen in baseball, and we got a team who don't got a bullpen in baseball. They have LeCure and LeCure only, and they have a Prayer and Chapman and a whole bunch of other starters they have to hope to go Max is only going to go 5 probably anyway. So at the end of the day, you've got to look to fade the Rangers when we get to the pin. I expect 2 innings from Presley today. He is the best closer in the playoffs since Mariano Rivera. 15 out of 15 save chances, guys. If he gets a chance to come out and nail the door, Dusty's going to ask him to go 6 innings. I've seen it before, and Presley's willing and up to the goddamn challenge. So they've got multiple guys in this pin ready to go 2 innings, as well as guys like Abreu, who's ready for at least 1 inning tonight, as he didn't run his count up super high. So Astros pin's ready to rock. How much do they ask for Javier? I would say 1 time, no more than 2 times through the lineup, and I'm not willing to bet props over that way. And the only way I could look is under. So pay attention to Twitter, pay attention to the NFL live bet stream with Jimmy, and I will drop the live bet that I get in on this game when I deem the situation right, whether it is the Rangers team total under, whether it's Astros plus the runs. It all depends on when I start to see the relievers that I want to see. Now, who do I not want to see in this game as an Astros backer? I'm not an Astros backer, but Stanek. Every fucking loss I think I've ever had happens to do with Stanek. That dude's ass. Dusty. Hey, buddy. Fucking send that dude home. I wish Graveman was here, but he's not. But at the end of the day, they have 5 to 6 power fucking arms ready to come out. I don't expect Dusty Baker to send Javier through that lineup 3 times. So, yeah. I expect the Astros to take control of the game after the bullpen comes in. I think it's a coin toss. I really think it's a coin toss where it's going to be first 5. Can Max show up? Yeah. Can Max get hit? Yeah. Can Kristen show up? Yeah. Could Kristen get hit? Yeah. The Sharpie want a bona BBW. Yeah. So it's a guessing game to me in the first 5, and I'm just going to kick back with my feet up, wait for it to get in. And, I don't got to bet just to bet at the end of the day. So thank you all for tuning in. Smash that damn like button. We've got us something popping today, guys. We've got us the newest fucking show on Pub Sports Radio. It's not a slot machine. It's kind of like a slut machine.
Score big there myself. I'm mostly gonna be doing the slots.
Yeah, I'm hoping to do some sluts too. Yeah.
And that's what we're getting at, guys. It may not be that type of show, but you get the point. My buddy right fucking next to me, a guy I can actually call my friend. He may mute me when I send stupid fucking text to him, but that's what people do. It happens. Let him know what you got going on and what time your show starts at today.
Yeah, man, we are just over 2 hours away from the launch. It's going to be fun, exciting. You know what? New show. We got a new record card to break out here. We're 0-0. But a bunch of plays lined out. We're going to cover the Sabres game. We're going to cover the Texas Rangers game. And, of course, we're going to cover the Monday Night Football spot here. 3 games, small card, opening debut of the show. But we will rock and roll, get you guys some in-depth detail. We'll talk about splits, spreads, all kinds of prop spots out there. Should be a lot of fun. And, we're going to try to get that cash consistently and on the reg. So make sure you hop in tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern. We're just over 2 hours away, man. I'm fired up. Can't wait.
Let them know the recap of all your bets too, if you've got them close to you.
Yeah, man. So we got the first 5 under 4.5. I got that earlier at minus 120 in that Phillies game. I've got the Phillies minus 1.5 at plus 118, and I've got the Trey Turner RBI at plus 1. Was that 180? Did I say? Let me double check. Let me make sure I'm giving you guys good numbers. Let's make sure it's accurate. 180 for the Turner spot, and floating over to this Texas Rangers game. I gave you guys a same game parlay. A couple of looks that I'm looking at here, specifically the Texas Rangers, the game to go over 7.5. Garcia gets a hit, Tucker gets a ribby, and Seager gets a base. That's going to pay a 9-1. Bet size appropriately. And I'll see everybody tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern. Let's go.
Yes, sir. As I've got 2 bets, I gave out the 2-unit bet yesterday on the live stream, and I'm going to do another live stream today for this game, guys, for the first 6 innings. Why? Because I'm that guy. So jump over to the Odds Bunch if you haven't. Subscribe. That's my channel, Noli Knows' channel, and Trade Age channel. We're working on things over there. Lots of live stream, college basketball, all that good shit. But gave it out yesterday afternoon as the 2-unit smacker hammer drop, and gave it out last night on Pub Sports Radio as well, and as well as dropped the video this morning at the butt crack of dawn. Why? Because I saw the line moving, and I said, you know what? I might as well let them get in before it goes to 17.5, guys. So at the end of the day, just say thank you when it cashes. And that's 16.5 outs on Aaron freaking Nola at a minus 120 for the 2-unit bet. And then I got a cross parlay 1 unit. And it's at plus 118. And I took Merle Kelly under 5.5. Merrill Kelly under 5.5 strikeouts, hooked to the 49ers money line. That's going to be the bang bang Niners gang play of the day right there. And pretty much love the Niners to win the game outright. Now cover, that's a whole different story. Mike will get you there for that and handle all the early action for you guys. I'm going to look to live bet the Astros game. So tune in tonight to the live bet stream right here on Pub Sports Radio. And see you guys soon on the Odds Bunch for the Phillies live stream.
Let's get that cash.
Motherfucker.